really going on? Queasy Mix here. And welcome to my straight out of nowhere Scooby Doo meets Courage movie review. And I got a lot to talk about with this one. And first we're just gonna jump right into it. I just finished watching the movie for the first time. I know it probably been out for a good while, but it was still good. The movie was surprisingly good. It was better than I hoped it would. Anyway, well, yeah, it was better than I hoped it would. It was just one little detail they kind of missed on it. But I'm telling you, the movie was pretty good. It ended up being pretty good, especially for fans of both Scooby Doo and Courage the Cowardly Dog franchises. And we're gonna and like first of all, it started out, well, this is gonna be a spoiler review, like a minor spoiler review. I'm not gonna tell who, you know how they do it. If Scooby Doo is involved, you know they're gonna do it just like how they always do. Who did the monster turn out to be? And oh, it's so and so, stuff like that. But so here we go. But this time it was a nice little twist though. Mystery Inc., Scooby and Shaggy and all of them, they're pretty much in the Courage universe. They just waltz right into their universe. But it was still good. Don't hang on for a minute. Hey, stick with me for a minute now. They managed to waltz into the universe. Courage is they waltz into nowhere. They waltz into nowhere, and that's pretty much on it on that part. They did a lot of good callbacks to both Scooby Doo and Courage the Cowardly Dog, which I really like. And like I said, if you're a big fan of Courage the Cowardly Dog, I mean big fan, then this movie is gonna definitely please you. I'm telling you, you're gonna love this movie. If you're a big fan of both Courage the Cowardly Dog and Scooby Doo, you gonna lose your mind. Cause I did a few times. Warning: there were a few minds lost it for this movie. Only a few. There wasn't a whole lot of that. There wasn't a whole lot of that. But like I said, let's get into this. As I was saying, there were callbacks to about all the monsters from Courage the Cowardly Dog. They have them in like a museum in nowhere, which this place is apparently was there a whole time was there, but no one knew it, which was kind of odd, but it was kind of funny at the same time. I like odd stuff, so that's just me. They did a lot of things here. They did a callback to the Scooby Snacks running gag from Scooby Doo, any of the Scooby Doo, whatever movies, shows, franchises. They did that. Except the only difference is it was like Muriel. If you watch Courage the Cowardly Dog, you know who Muriel is. So they did only difference for the Scooby Snacks running gag. They did it instead of Muriel. Instead, this time it was Muriel who did it, and she had her own special Scooby Snacks called Courage Snacks, which is a big pot of cookies or biscuits, whatever you want to call them. And older than the cast. Well, hold on. Let me go down the line here. Yeah, all the original cast came back. From Courage the Cowardly Dog. All the original Courage the Cowardly Dog cast came back, except Eustace. This is a third dude. They didn't get the dude when they finished the rest of the series of Courage the Cowardly Dog. You remember in the original Courage the Cowardly Dog series, they had two Eustace Bag off actors, voice actors. My favorite is the first one. Second dude did okay, but didn't land it all that well. They didn't do nothing. The only line they did for Eustace was this opening gag, the booga booga booga, stuff like that. And he kind of overused it. It was like the only thing he did, but oh well. But still pretty good. He did all right. That was the only thing he did though. But he did all right. Next, the hallway running gag from Scooby Doo returns in this movie when they were being chased through random doors. Uh, by the monsters of the movie. I'm not gonna tell you what the monsters were, but you might have seen it in the commercials or a trailer or something. Uh, but the hallway running gag returns in the movie. That was in this movie with courage, and it was funny. Uh, it was a whole lot of good going on. The movie took off after they encountered their first month. The first monster when they first encountered that, that's when and it took them a little while. It took about a good. It felt like 30 minutes, but could have been sooner. But once that happened, the movie took off. The movie took off on that one, which is good. To me anyway. Uh, the voice from Courage's computer. The remember every time Courage called the dog, Courage went to his computer to get his help, and he was all this smart ass. Why ain't you a dick or something like that? We always some Italian, French. I never figured out what it was. It Maltese. I don't know, but sorry for my glare. The glare from the light is in my glasses. If you can't see my eyes, I just installed this light in, so hopefully it works. I mean, if you're trying to look at my eyes in the video, then it's on you. If you staring in my eyes, if my eyes turn you on, well, that's good on you. That's anyway. That's on. That's anyway. But anyway, moving on. The television announcer from Courage the Cowardly Dog. You remember every episode? Come on, it'd be that same guy. Well, welcome to the city of nowhere. He returns, and here they gave him a nice little piece in the movie. It was real cool. I really like how they did that because he pretty much just told the mystery ain't all about all the monsters that showed up in Courage the Cowardly Dog, which I'm gonna get to about that later. Uh, uh, Courage's catchphrase. One of Courage's catchphrase he used. Well, it was the only catchphrase he had. Other than hollering Muriel, no Muriel, But his catchphrase returned. The things I do for love, that returns. Oh man. The unmasked villain. Let me come back to that. That's pretty much about it, really. The unmasked villain. Don't worry, I'm not gonna tell you who it was, but you know how this Scooby Doo involved. There's always at least gonna be one unmasked villain. At least. But this one, I didn't. Well, put it like this. They pulled a trick one on me. I knew who the unmasked villain was from when I seen the character show up, but they did a rug flip on whatever you call it. They tricked me because when they pulled the mask off the monster off the dude, I was like, yes, I knew it. I freaking knew it. But then they pulled the rug out from the wool out from my what the freak they call it. They got me again. They pulled the mask off again, and it turned out to be somebody else. And I was like, damn, that's when my mind was blown because I was not expecting it. Then I come to find out they gave out clues throughout the whole movie, at least from the end of the first act all the way through the rest of the movie, who the monster really was. I just didn't put my head together. You're not unless you one of those people who ultra keen sense. You can't miss nothing. You're like, gotcha. Oh, that's the villain. You one of them people got that ultra instinct senses. You can just spot anything. You figure it out then. But if you ain't, you watching and enjoying the movie, you ain't gonna pay attention to who the villain was. You gonna think you know who the villain was, but you're gonna be wrong. Trust me, you not gonna figure out. You're not gonna get this. Cause this man, he got me. I was like, this one I lost my mind for, especially who it was, because I really lost it. I was like, yeah! Oh, they got me good. They got me good. But I'm not going to tell you who it was. Watch the movie. I at least recommend watching the movie once. Was good. It's called, wait a minute. Let's move on. I don't know if you remember, the general and the commander from Courage the Cowardly Dog showed up in the movie. Remember the guy, either the short general dude and the tall commander dude, they showed up, did what they did. You know, a lot of familiar faces show up from Courage to they showed up. Well, not a lot, but a few good ones though, familiar ones. They play, and that's about it. And they played the Courage the Cowardly Dog ending, but it's like a remix of it. Thankfully they didn't like take it and make it to like some rap hip hop song. They just took the original song and made it like a modern day version of it. And like I said, and that's it. Like I said, only a few minds were lost in this for this movie. Like maybe one or two. And so that's the end of the review. I'm going to give this movie a 4 out of 5 smacks. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you why. There was one thing that they did not do in this movie. They had everything going good. Courage did almost all his lines, but one thing. Everybody else did their job good. Well, yeah, everybody did everything that I hope they did, but except Eustace, because they had another dude, and dude wasn't familiar with Eustace, I guess, because he didn't do none of Eustace's lines except the ooga booga booga stuff. But you see that in the commercial. I'm not spoiling none too much on that. But Courage didn't do one thing. I'm not gonna tell you what it was, but he didn't do it. He didn't do it. He usually in the TV show, he rarely did it. I think if I count, he probably did about maybe 4 or 5 times throughout the entire series. But it was very random when he did it. It was funny. But anyway, that's gonna be all for my review of Straight Outta Nowhere, Scooby Doo meets Courage. Yeah, the movie. Like I said, 4 out of 5. Maybe 1 or 2 minds were lost in the movie. Other than that, man, that's about it. Hope you guys like my review. Sorry if I'm a little all over the place. This movie was kind of exciting. This ain't something that I'll probably watch again right off. But maybe down the road, down the line or something, if it come on again. I hope y'all can understand me talking. Sometimes I can hear myself talk well, but I don't know if y'all can. But anyway, especially if you made it this far in my video, I highly appreciate it. I highly appreciate you. I appreciate your patience. Y'all been a magnificent people. I tell you, y'all don't know how much I appreciate y'all and my over 500 followers. Man, y'all are some good people. Y'all are good people. Y'all are family. Y'all are straight up magnificent. And matter of fact, I'm gonna lose my mind, especially for y'all. That was for y'all, because y'all are worth it. Anyway, just remember, it ain't easy being queasy. And like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and y'all be blessed.